Sorry, Tommy, but I tend to agree with him. Like, for example, when I go to my mother's house, my mom was an atheist up until the time I was born. How sweet. But when I go to her house for Christmas dinner, I approach her, I say hello, I then spit in her face, and I say, "You're fucking stupid!" And then I leave. Because, I mean, how else am I supposed to treat a fucking Christian? I mean, fuck. She is a Christian, Tommy. Look, dude, I don't know if you've been receiving the newsletter. I don't know if you're even on our fucking mailing list, but we talked about this months ago. There were to be no associations with Christians or Jews. There was to be a condemnation of black people if no black people were around at the time. You did get the white people atheist letter, right? Not the general atheist newsletter. Anyway, um, yeah, basically, your attitude just isn't gonna fly in our group anymore. We're one large mass, we think, as a group. Um, I mean, if there's anything atheists aren't, it's individualistic. Because we're stronger as an unthinking mass of people. Like, say, the way a bunch of Muslims going in a circle around that thing. No, anyway, you know what it is. In Mecca, they're smarter because they're moving in a circle, generating a circle of thought. Um, Another good example is when a group of Christians lynch a gay person, because that shows a higher understanding of morality, because you have all these people together that feel the hate and they feel the anger and the hate that they've been told to believe since they were young. And so when they get together, you know how they say two heads are better than one, right? Well, multiple heads stacked up along a wall, if those people weren't religious, yes, that's much better than one, apparently. But what I'm actually talking about is when a bunch of different people get together and they all hate something, that makes it okay. So the hate directed at us is okay because it's directed from groups of people, Christians, Jews, etc. So why wouldn't you want to be part of the back and forth, you know, the fight? And not the debate or the reasoned and passionate dialogue. Or, yeah, anyway. But why wouldn't you want to be part of a big internet war, Tommy? Why? Okay, I'm gonna drop the whole thing now and tell you what I really think. That attitude fucking, well, when it's serious, that attitude fucking disgusts me. Let me just let me just spit out a few reasons why. When a person goes through their life learning, reading, reevaluating their beliefs and thoughts, reading different books, talking to friends, and they come to conclusions, shoot my kitty, and they come to conclusions and decide, hey, this is what I believe, or I've decided this, I believe this. And then someone comes along and is like, hey, we covered this already, don't you fucking get it? If I acted like that, well, I'd expect to be called an asshole. And that's what people like that are, assholes. I'm nice to Christians and Jews and Muslims that are nice to me because I have no fucking reason not to be. And the people that write these kinds of letters, that wrote you this letter, they're usually just young little bitches. I say little bitches because I mean young males that haven't formed intellectually. Forget this whole physical thing. I mean, I have the fucking physique of a 15 to 16-year-old girl, okay? I'm not talking about physically a man. I'm talking about being a man intellectually. Or, you know, growing the fuck up, if you want to put it that way. The people that make these kinds of letters see atheism as some sort of big rebellion, like, yeah, my parents aren't gonna fucking believe this when I say there is no God. But I can't stand that attitude. First of all, different people are gonna come to different conclusions at different times. That's fucking life. So I'm never gonna drag people or drag my friends along and say, come on, I read this book, why are you fucking taking so long? Come along with me, because I know now. Also, the notion of truth. Some people have clearly never read a single book on philosophy, because people that can throw around the word truth so easily are fucking morons. If you ever, I don't care who it is. I don't give a fuck who it is. There's a difference between saying this is a scientific truth, this is a fact, or saying I find this to be true. So I don't give a fuck who it is. Pick anyone. Pick anyone on YouTube. Pick any thinker. Pick any writer. If someone says based simply on shit out of their head, nothing else, this is truth, you can be assured that that person is a fucking moron. Guaranteed. Guaranteed. I really shouldn't go into the swearing to make my point, but just the utter arrogance and hubris of someone to even write a letter like that to you, let alone for people often younger than 25 to claim they've got the truth behind everything. No, you fucking don't. You never will. Nobody ever will. You fucking kidding me? The truth? There's scientific truth, there's scientific fact, and then there's everyone else's opinion. Some opinions land on scientific fact. Other opinions don't. Anyway, before I ramble off too much, I want to say that attitude's disgusting. You can't just drag people along with you. You can try to persuade them, but you shouldn't force them or act like an asshole. You're doing a good thing by being a positive, kind person. There's nothing wrong with being positive or kind. It puts a better face on atheism if we or you want to think of us as a group. If we are going to be labeled or thought of as a group like every other group is, whether it's everything from someone that's Muslim to someone that's gay to someone that's Christian or whatever else. People are thought of as groups. Humans put people into groups. Groups clash, etc. I personally think all this groupthink is almost the biggest, well, close to the biggest problem in the entire fucking world, along with overconsumption of resources. But yeah, because I'm all for working together and working collectively when we need to and when we should. I'm all for not letting people fall through the cracks of a cutthroat capitalist society. But I do see the very, very scary side of collective thinking and collective reasoning, and yeah, that can be fucking terrifying when it really takes hold. So, yeah, let's all try to be humble and maybe not talk out of our asses about where someone else should be on their philosophical path in life. Um, if you want to make a reasoned argument or a passionate argument, or you want to prove some religious extremist wrong, which I plan to do twice today, two different people, that's great. But if you want to act like, because you read an article on atheism and decided there's no God, that you're now some great thinker that's going to enlighten everyone, I think you should take Tommy's advice. Because it's one thing to claim something as a fact in science. It's another thing to claim you have the ultimate truth or the truth. You have your own truth. That's all you have. That's all any of us have, is our own truth. So instead of attacking someone that's doing something good for people in general, for humanity, and for atheism, shut the fuck up.